guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Åshild, and today's video is all about doing my last part of the decluttering. This is what I have to work with, and I think I'm just gonna start right off with the primers. Alright, so I can't quite remember if I included my eye primers in my eye product decluttering video. So in case I didn't, I'm just going to include it here. I have two eye primers, the Too Faced Shadow Insurance and the MAC Painterly Paint Pot. I love the Painterly Paint Pot. It is an amazing product. I have nothing bad to say about it except that it isn't cruelty free. But I will continue to use this and keep it in my collection until it's all dried up or something. So this will probably be my only eyeshadow primer because I've decided to declutter the Shadow Insurance. It is just getting older. It has starting to change in formula. It's kind of getting drier. I have used quite a bit of this, so I don't feel too bad getting rid of it, and I don't mind only owning one eyeshadow primer because they last for so long. So I'm keeping one and decluttering one. Then we have my face primers. We have this is my newer one from Make the Make, the Niacinamide Soft Focus Primer. I haven't used this too much. I've probably used it like 3 or 4 times. So I can't say too much about it, but I'm pretty sure I prefer my 2 other primers more. This is the Ordinary Hyaluron's Silicone Primer, which I love. This is a very nice primer. And then I have my Catrice Prime and Find Smoothing Refiner, which is also a very nice primer. Then I have the NYX Away We Glow Liquid Booster, which is technically not a primer, I guess. It's a liquid booster. It's more like a highlighting product, but I use it in the same process as I put on my primer. So, or I sometimes mix it with my primer, or I put it on different areas on my face that I want to highlight, or I have even used it on my body. But I do feel like I'm kind of done with this product now. I have used it for a long time and I don't find myself reaching for this too much, so I'm ready to let this one go. And then I'm just left with these 3 primers, which I'm going to keep. I don't have any intentions to buy any more primers. I don't feel like having a huge variety. This does it for me. And Make the Make is cruelty free, The Ordinary is cruelty free, and Catrice is cruelty free. Then we have my face mists. My newest one, the Essence My Power Fire Hydrate and Prime Mist. This is the one that I've been talking about in my last videos, because it wasn't an initial love for me, but I have grown to like it more and more. And so now I usually use it before I apply my makeup. And then I have the Scandinavia Makeup Finishing Spray, which I love. It is, I think I've used maybe like 1/3 or almost half of this now. And then I have my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist, which is my favorite. Well, actually, this is my favorite for actually setting my makeup and making it last. This is just the feeling of applying it that just makes the whole experience is amazing, I think. Because the scent is so nice and the mist is so fine. And so yeah, I think I'm about halfway through with this one as well. And I'm gonna keep all of them. Oh, and Essence is cruelty free, Scandinavia is cruelty free, and ColourPop is cruelty free. Next up is my foundations. Oh, I forgot this one. These are the same foundations, just different colors. Okay, so I have accumulated a good amount of foundations over the last year. I didn't have too many in 2020, and then all of these cool foundations that were just so suitable for my personal preference in foundation and BB creams. I had to try a few of them, and they were also cruelty free and affordable. So yeah, that's why I have a lot of foundations now, but I know a lot of them has to go. This is kind of obvious, I think. I just wanted to include this now because I've used it for a few more days and I've completely emptied out the rest of this BB cream that was in my project pan from Isadora in Blonde Beige. So this was an amazing product, and I will repurchase if I am able to find it again. It's a cruelty-free brand, so, and a great brand as well. I love the packaging. I love everything about this foundation, or BB cream, sorry. But yeah, I'm gonna throw this package out. I'm done with it. And then this is kind of what I'm working on now. I just have about this much left of it. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder Foundation in, was it Fair? I think it's not the color number 1. Let's see. I kept the packaging. That's just typically me. Number 1 Fair, yes. And I always thought that this was just a tad too light, just a little bit. I could still make it work, but yeah, just a little bit too light. So this has become my all-time favorite foundation. And so I did wanted to get another one. So I got this one in the number 2 Fair. So in comparison, this is what they look like. So this is the number 1 Fair, and this is the number 2 Fair. So I don't know if you can see much of a difference. Actually, looking at it now, this looks darker than this one, but let me try it on my hands. So we got the old one, the supposedly lightest one, and then we have the darker one. Can you see a big difference? I'm not sure if I can, but hopefully it's a little bit darker on my face. I'm starting to think that maybe this is a little bit more peachy and this is a little bit more yellow. That could be it. Anyways, I am planning to keep both of these and focus on this lightest one, or the oldest one, for the next few months. Then we have the Milani Glow Hydrating Skin Tint in 110 Fair to Light. This is also a completely new product for me. I haven't used it too much because I feel like it's more of a summery product. It is very, very glowy and a bit darker than, so it wouldn't really work too well in the winter time, I think. Not that it's a big difference in my skin tone, but still, I'm gonna save this for the summertime. And I have to say, it smells really nice, but it's not my favorite. I don't think it's a product I will repurchase. I don't think I will have a problem making it work. Then I have just a little sample size or travel size version of the Huda Beauty Glowish Multi-Dew Skin Tint in number 3 Light. This was just a gift with purchase, I think. And it looks like it's way too dark on me. But I think mixing it with some lighter shades will make it work perfectly. So I'm going to save this for the summertime as well. Then there's the Essence Pretty Natural Hydrating Foundation in the number 50 Neutral Champagne. A pretty good match for me and a good new discovery for this year. I did really enjoy this foundation. It isn't as hydrating as you might think, but it's definitely not drying, at least not for me. So I'm really happy about this purchase, and yeah, I really enjoy this foundation. Again, it's a little bit darker, works better in the summertime, but I think in the past I've tend to buy foundations that are a little bit, and also concealers that are a little bit too dark on me. And now I just want to make sure that they're not too dark, but just more suitable for my skin tone and don't make me even lighter than I actually am. Then I have my all-time favorite Inglot AMC Cream Foundation in LW200. This has been a favorite of mine for years and years. This actual bottle was a backup that I stored for quite some time, and then when I did start to use it, I didn't feel like it was the same. So it may have gone bad while I stored it, which is really sad because it's also almost full. But I mean, yeah, and I just feel like it's too thick now. It might be because I'm just so used to my tinted foundations and BB creams now, so I think that this is too thick. That might be the case, but I think I'm just gonna have to declutter this one. And then the last one is from Kiko, the Universal Fit Hydrating Foundation in the color Cool Rose. So I've had this, or I've used this kind of foundation for years now. It used to come in a different packaging, and I also think that they have another new packaging for this product. Maybe they've even renamed it slightly, but I'm pretty sure it's the same product. This is an amazing product. I love this so much. It's my favorite summer foundation. It just makes me glow. I look so much healthier and more fresh with this foundation on. And it's a very, very light. I would almost say, like, it doesn't really cover too much, but so I'd call it more, I'd say it's more of a tinted, or yeah, tinted moisturizer or something like that, because it has very little coverage, which is what I prefer. But it's almost empty. I'm guessing it's like here or something. And it is getting so old, so I feel like I should just let it go and maybe see if I can get another one of this in the near future, or once I've used some of the other foundations up. I think I will, but I'm gonna let this one go for now. So I am left with, should I even consider this as a full size? Yeah, I guess I am. I also have this little sample of the Clinique Even Better Clinical Serum Foundation. But I'm gonna try this out, but I'm not including it as one of my product, or as an actual item in my collection. But I think I'm gonna include this one. So Charlotte Tilbury is cruelty-free, Milani is cruelty-free, Huda Beauty is not cruelty-free, and Essence is cruelty-free. So 4 out of the 5 foundations I now have is cruelty-free. Alright, here are my concealers, and this is difficult because I've had some hits and misses over the years, and a lot of my concealers are really too light for me. And the concealers I really like are too old. We're just gonna get to it and we'll see what I'm left with. The Makeup Store Easy Cover All Mix. One of my favorite concealers. It is beautiful. I have the peachy one and the actual concealer really that I use, but it is just drying out, I feel like. It really is. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna have to let this one go, but I really want to get another one. I'm gonna see if they still sell these because they're so great. I wonder what the shade name is because it doesn't say. Maybe it's just one shade. I don't know. But yeah, it's a great product that I really recommend. But it's all just pretty much dried up. Then I'm just going to get this one out of the way as well. This is so messy because my daughter has been playing with the makeup again. This was a great corrector that I used up, and then I had left a backup of the concealer from Inglot and the Freedom System that they have. And this is also a good concealer, but I feel like it's a little bit too light. And also it's just so messy now, I think. And it's very like oily. I think I'm gonna get rid of this whole palette. I mean, I'm gonna throw out the pans and I'm gonna clean the palette and keep it for if I ever need a trio palette from Inglot. But yeah, I'm done with this one as well. I am definitely keeping my tone correcting concealer from Charlotte Tilbury. This is my newest concealer. It works on its own. I also use it combined with other concealer. It's amazing. I love it. I'm so happy I decided to purchase this because I wasn't sure if it was worth the money. You know, Charlotte Tilbury is expensive, but I feel like it was definitely worth it. It's probably only worth it if you feel like you actually need to color correct your under eyes. If not, don't buy it. But if you're going to use a color corrector anyways, this is a really good one, I would say. So I'm going to keep this one. Then we have the Makeup Mecca Double Action Covering Concealer in Light. This is also a really, really good concealer. I'm really impressed with this concealer because it was like $2 or something. I can't quite remember. I've had it for a while, but I really think this had a great texture. It blended so well and everything is great, but the color, it's just too light. I cannot wear it. It just doesn't work. So I'm gonna have to let this one go as well. All right, this is hard. Okay, this was in my project pan, and so I'm gonna let this one go, but I just wanted to say I didn't let it go when I was supposed to because there still was a tiny bit of product left in here, and there still is a little bit left, but I really just enjoy this e.l.f. HD concealer so much. It's in the color Light. I just didn't want to let it go, but I'm gonna have to do it now. Yeah, I really want to repurchase. It's a great concealer. Okay, then we're left with these. Okay, the Catrice Liquid Camouflage High Coverage Concealer. I mean, I've had a few of these in the past. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm too impressed anymore. It's also a little bit too light on me. I don't know what to do with this one. I don't know. And then there's the Milani Concealer and Perfect Long Wear Concealer, which I just bought. It's completely new. And this is a little bit too yellow for me. So the color is kind of off. I don't know what to do with this one either. Yeah, it just doesn't look good on me. This is such an old product. It's the Under Eye Concealer from Inglot in the number 95. I have about half left of this. It's a very light concealer. It doesn't really cover much. It just brightens a little bit. And I don't mind this. It works really nice, but it's not my favorite. I'm kind of wondering if I should, oh, this is so sad. Should I really get rid of both of these? I feel like I have to because this is so light. It does not look good on me at all. And I don't really have anything darker to mix it with other than maybe a foundation, but I don't feel like that will work either. And then this is just so yellow. I don't know how to work with this one either. I don't feel like it looks good, but maybe, you know, I haven't given it a fair chance. Maybe it'll work better in the summertime, so maybe I should just keep this around for a little while longer to give it another chance just because it's brand new, and then let go of this one. And I'm wondering if I should bring in a concealer that I have in my freelance makeup artist kit. I mean, I haven't done freelance makeup in so long, and I don't want the makeup in there to go to waste either, but I just don't usually combine my makeup kit with my actual makeup collection. But I think I'm gonna get rid of this one and bring in the concealer from that I have in mind. Hold on and let me get it. Okay, now I'm having second thoughts. I don't know what to do with this one. It's completely full as well. But okay, I brought in the e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Concealer in light beige. I have several colors of this, but I think this is the one that suits me the best. It might be the light peach. I might have to switch them around a little bit, but once I start using this for myself, I can't really put it back unless I'm very hygienic every time, so I'm gonna have to experiment a little bit before I decide to keep this in my makeup collection and make this my own, sort of. But okay, so I'm gonna keep the Catrice after all. I'm sorry for being such a mess, but okay, the e.l.f. is cruelty-free, Catrice is cruelty-free, Milani is cruelty-free, Inglot is cruelty-free, and Charlotte Tilbury is cruelty-free. Alright, so here's my powders. My newest one from Charlotte Tilbury, the Airbrush Flawless Finish in No. 1 Fair, is a great powder. I don't think it's any better really than any of the other ones that I have, or than some of the other ones that I have, but it's a great powder and I don't regret buying it. So I'm going to keep that one, of course. Then I have the Menacadar HD Perfecting Powder, which I used a ton. I really like this powder. It's a great one. Oh, and also I have another Inglot palette that I used in my eyeshadow declutter to put all the eyeshadows that I wanted to declutter, and in that palette was a big square powder from Inglot that I have decided to declutter, so it's not here, but it's going. So it was just a little bit too thick for me. It didn't apply very well. It looked very dry and cakey on the face, so I didn't like that one, but I do like this one from Inglot, and I am going to keep this one. And then I have the e.l.f., I don't even know what this is called, Sheer HD powder or something like that. It was a huge favorite of mine. Really enjoyed it, but I've saved it for so long and it's getting so old. I need to get some use out of it this year. So that's that. And then I have the Banana Setting Powder from Bella Pierre. And I cannot quite decide on this one what to do with it, because I think I don't like it, and then I try it and I like it, and then the next day I don't like it. I don't know what my opinion on this is. Maybe I should do like a chopping block and really focus on this for like a week or two before I decide whether or not to get rid of it. And then I have this powder in my e.l.f. palette that I've already hit pan on, but I do want to make some more progress on this year. So I'm keeping this one as well. And then I just have some samples from Laura Mercier, the translucent loose setting powder in translucent and then translucent medium deep, I think. So I haven't tried those out yet, but I will. And yeah, for now, I'm not going to get rid of any of these. I think it's really cool that I've managed to hit pan on 3 of my powders, and I would like to maybe finish one of them and even do some more progress throughout the coming year. So let's see. Laura Mercier is not cruelty-free. Bella Pierre is cruelty-free. e.l.f. is cruelty-free. e.l.f. Inglot is cruelty-free. Charlotte Tilbury is cruelty-free. And Manica Dark, they claim to be cruelty-free, but it's just from one source, which is their website, and I need more sources to be sure that, or good sources to be sure that they're cruelty-free. So I'm gonna put a maybe on this one and a no on that one, and then I'm left with 1, 2, oh crap, 3, 4, 5 of the powders are cruelty-free. Alright, so then we have contour powders, and I know I'm going to keep the Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder in light. This is an amazing product. I love it. I've made some good progress on it this year, and so yeah, there's no reason for me to get rid of this. Then I have the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in light, and this, even though it's considered a bronzer and I can use it as a bronzer in the summertime, I still think it works really well both as a bronzer and a contour. And to be fair, I do use it more as a contour than a bronzer. So I really love this product as well. I've made good progress on this one also, and yeah, I'm gonna keep this one. Then there's the Catrice Prime and Fine Contouring Palette in Ashy Radiance. There's a highlight and a contour shade here. Love the contour. It's very similar to the Kevyn Aucoin one. Just a very light, nice contour shade for pale skin. Love this one. I'm going to keep it. And lastly, I'm not sure why I included this one as a contour, because really it is a very, very dark bronzer. But I think I would not use this as a powder, and there was a contour powder here that I used up. It was great, but I don't really enjoy this one. It just doesn't suit my skin tone. But I'm not throwing out this palette, so I'm not going to throw out this single product in here or powder in here just for the sake of decluttering it. So it's going to be here, but I'm not going to focus or probably not use this at all until I've used up the rest of the palette. At least I think I would like to use up the powder. Don't know about the highlighter though, because I don't think it's amazing. It's nothing I have to keep, I feel like, but I do want to keep the palette for the powder because I think the powder is pretty good. So that makes it 3 contour products to keep. The Physicians formula is no longer cruelty-free, Catrice is cruelty-free, and Kevyn Aucoin is cruelty-free. Alright, then there's the rest of my bronzers. This is one of my favorite bronzers. I love it. It seems way too dark, but it is just stunning. On the skin, it's kind of adjustable. I can make it work on my skin, and it would work great on darker skin tones as well. It's just a beautiful, beautiful bronzer from Model Co. It's just called Bronze. And then there's the Butter Bronzer, the regular one, which I've also hit pan on. Love this powder as well. I'm going to keep it. And then I have a Glaze Sol. This is all broken. This was a fine bronzer, nothing too bad to say about it. It is getting older though, and I did like to bring it to travel just because I was scared that my good bronzers would break on me. But I feel like this just doesn't really work too well anymore. I'm just gonna let this one go. So that makes it 2 bronzers that I'm going to keep. Model Co is cruelty-free, Physicians formula is no longer cruelty-free. Then I just want to get the highlighters out of the way before I start on my blushes, or end the video with my blushes, because that's going to be a lot. But again, just mentioning the highlighter in the e.l.f. palette. I'm not going to say too much more about that one. I have my Makeup Mecca highlighting palette. This broke on me, but I still have used quite a bit of this, and I enjoy all of these shades. I like this pinker one from Makeup Academy. This is probably my oldest highlighter, but it still works so nice. It is just gorgeous. I love it. You can't even see it in this lighting, but it's really nice. Then I have the Balm Mary Luminizer, which I've been working on for such a long time, but it doesn't seem to end, and it's one of my favorite highlighters, so I guess it's okay. But just a beautiful, beautiful highlighter. Love this one. I really love this one too, from Milani, and it is called Strobe Light Instant Glow Powder in Afterglow #1. Then I have my Becca Moonstone. Love this one too. I'm going to keep that one. And lastly, the highlighter that I just spoke about from the Catrice palette. So I will say I don't care too much about these 2 highlighters. I don't mind them being gone, but as long as I have the other products in the palette, I'm not going to just throw those out. But as soon as I have made my goals within these 2 products, these will be gone as well. And all the rest of them, I'm going to keep them all, but yeah. So e.l.f. is cruelty-free, Makeup Mecca is cruelty-free, Makeup Academy is cruelty-free, The Balm is cruelty-free, Milani is cruelty-free, Catrice is cruelty-free, and Becca is debatable. I guess that you could say they're not cruelty-free anymore. Oh, and I think for now, I can't remember what I used to do, but I'm gonna count this palette as 1. Alright, lastly, we're down to my blushes. And I know I'm just gonna have to be ruthless with these ones. I need to get rid of a lot of them, and this is gonna hurt, but I'm gonna make it through. So let's get on with it. Alright, where do I start? I'm gonna pick out this one first because this is probably, no, actually this is my newest purchase, I guess you could say. This came in my advent calendar. I got the number 7 advent calendar, which, by the way, is so fantastic. I haven't been disappointed for one day. I really enjoy this blush as well, so this I'm gonna keep, and this is my second to newest, I think. Yes, this is the Milani Rose Powder Blush in Romantic Rose, and this is one that I've had on my wish list since it came out years ago, and I was starting to get scared that it was gonna discontinue before I managed to get my hands on one of these, so I decided to purchase one now, and I love it. Yeah, it's amazing, and I'm gonna, of course, keep both of these. Then I'm also gonna keep the Beauty UK Sweet Cheeks Cream Blush in Pink Pavlova. This is a beautiful, kind of unique shade as well. This is my only cream blush, and it is so, so nice. I love it. This is also one of my newer ones, the Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso. A huge favorite of mine. I've had one of these before. Just a beautiful coral shade. Okay, the H&M blusher in Sweet Rose. I mean, it's pretty. It is. It really is pretty. But I don't have any like big memories or attachments to it. It's not nostalgic or anything like that. And it's getting so old. So I am just going to get rid of this one. I'm going to have to swatch some of these because I know some of them are very similar and I just can't decide on what to keep and what to get rid of. Let's see here. Alright, this one is very similar to the Romantic Rose. This is from Glacial and number 15 Press Rouge Mini. It's also getting older, so I'm going to get rid of this one. I'm glad that I have another, like a new neutral now. I'd say that this is more of a neutral. So I can get rid of some of my other neutrals. This Santa Rose from Rimmel. Oh my gosh, you guys remember these? They've been around for years. This is gorgeous, but I'm gonna have to get rid of this one as well. It's just too old. I have to. I'm so sorry. This makes my heart break because I just love this one. Oh, I loved both of these blushes, but I'm gonna have to let both of these go. I'm just, oh, isn't this purple? It's very purple. Wow, it's actually pretty similar to my Beauty UK, the number 7. Wow, okay. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna have to let both of these, Pink Rose and Santa Rose, go. Bye-bye. Alright, what about the next one? This is also super old. This was like a dupe for the NARS Orgasm blush. I remember the NYX Pinched. So I just kept it for that, really. I had several of these blushes and they're so old. I can't put them on my face anymore, and still I have to keep them. But no, not this time. I'm gonna get rid of this. Yes. Alright, what about this one? This was a perfect dupe. This is from, oh gosh, Lily Lolo and Clementine. This was a perfect dupe for the Benefits Coralisa, which was my number 1 favorite blush in the beginning of my makeup days. So yeah, I really enjoyed this blush. Okay, let's try this Annabelle Minerals. This is pretty light, but still so beautiful. So nice. Okay, but I'm gonna let this one go. And then we have the Mineral Logics. This is so pretty. Look at that. I don't have anything like this. But I have to say I don't love mineral blushes in general just because they're a little bit messy. I'm gonna have to let this one go. I just have to. Okay, so we have a few here that are very similar. There's this one from Inglot and this one from Pro Cosmetics. So creamy and buttery. Amazingly. And then the Isadora blush, also very similar. And then Physicians Formula. I'd say they're pretty much exactly the same. You know what? My daughter has been drooling over this blush ever since she was a little baby, and I think I'm gonna gift this to her so she can play with it. Yeah, it's so similar to some of the other blushes I have. It's okay to let this one go. Then there's these three. Now this is old actually, but it's performing so well. It doesn't, it's just beautiful. And then there's the Isadora one, which is starting to look a little bit like patchy in the pan. These two are super similar, but this is quite newer than this one. And then there's this one, which is very softly pigmented, but sometimes I really enjoy that in a blush, that I can be able to build it up and not be too scared of applying too much. So I do really like that as well. But then there's the Jordana Coral Sandy Beach, the Milani Luminoso, and the Clementine from Lily Lolo. And they aren't completely alike. They're similar, but they're not alike. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna get rid of this one. It is super, super old. So this is, the Jordana one is going, and I'm gonna keep the rest of these. Alright, so according to their own website, Beauty UK is cruelty free, but since, like I said before, I need some more sources on that, I'm not gonna consider this to be cruelty free just yet. But Milani is cruelty free. Number 7 is cruelty free. Isadora is cruelty free. Milani again is cruelty free. Inglot is cruelty free. Lily Lolo is cruelty free, and I don't think Pro Cosmetic is cruelty free. So 7 out of my 9 blushes are now cruelty free. Wow, okay, that was a lot. I am done decluttering for this year. I'm really happy about my results. I cannot wait to start off the year with a kind of a new and fresh makeup collection, and I think I'm gonna spend the next hour to try to figure out what 22 products I'm gonna try to pan this year, or even try to finish off completely this year, or next year, I'd say. I think I'm gonna try to balance it with choosing some older products, some easy products to pan, and some hard products to pan. And we'll see how that turns out. So I hope you have enjoyed this decluttering series of mine. I always look forward to doing these videos. I really enjoy making them, and it makes me really happy to organize and clean up my makeup collection, and just coming closer and closer to my goal, which is having a 100% cruelty-free makeup collection with not a big amount, like I'd say not minimalistic, but just the products that I really love to use, and only products I love and a manageable amount of products to use so that I don't get overwhelmed, or that my products don't go to waste being stored and not used because I have too many products. So I hope you liked this video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!